Hey guys, how's it going? It's 8-Bit Eric. Welcome back to the channel. So, about a month ago, ZeniMax was acquired by Microsoft, and people just kind of wanted to know, are these games that are in the ZeniMax family, like Bethesda and id Software and other studios that are in that branch, going to make their games exclusive for the Xbox Series X and future Xbox consoles, further down the line? And at the time, Phil Spencer said in an interview that they were going to relatively leave Bethesda and all those other studios alone, that they're going to have them do their own thing in the ZeniMax brand, that they're going to still be their own separate entity. And it sounded like we were going to get games from Bethesda and all those other companies still on the Switch and on the Sony products and on Xbox. So they're still going to be cross-platform wide. Well, now an interesting update has happened where Phil Spencer has addressed a game, a really popular game at that, and has said something that sounds a little bit opposite of what he said. But before we get into this, guys, if this is your first time coming to the channel, if you have not subscribed yet, why don't you click the red subscription button down below, enable your bell notifications so you do not miss these updates. This is an update on Elder Scrolls 6. Now, this is saying it may be an Xbox exclusive, according to Phil Spencer. It may not come to PS5 after all, just PC and Xbox. So it says Elder Scrolls 6 could be an Xbox Series X PC exclusive, as Phil Spencer has all but confirmed. So this was in an interview with Kotaku. Spencer's asked about Microsoft's recent acquisition of ZeniMax. I was going to say ZeniMax, the parent company of Bethesda and id Software. As we previously reported, the publishers of Elder Scrolls 6, Fallout, Doom, and many more high-profile franchises were joined Xbox Game Studios. So this was a big story. I made a video talking about it. This was a huge acquisition by Microsoft. Some huge franchises underneath the ZeniMax banner. Definitely a lot of big news behind this. So going on with the thing, it says, naturally, we all wondered if that meant that games like the highly anticipated Elder Scrolls 6 could be exclusive to the Xbox Series X and PC. So here's a quote, and this is something that he has said just now in regards to the situation. He says, is it possible to recoup a $7.5 billion investment if you don't sell Elder Scrolls 6 on the PlayStation? Kotaku's Stephen Tortillo asks Spencer, who quickly replies with yes. Spencer elaborates after a pause, making sure to point out that the ZeniMax acquisition was not done to take games away from another player base like that. So this was basically from last month. They were hinting that they weren't going to do anything. ZeniMax properties and stuff were going to be as is and be their own thing. However, Spencer does say that he thinks where people are going to be playing and the number of devices that we had, and we have xCloud and PC and Game Pass in our console base, I don't have to go ship those games on any other platform other than the platforms we support in order to kind of make the deal work for us, whatever that means. Okay, so that was kind of confusing. He thinks about where people are going to be playing and the number of devices that we had, and we have xCloud and PC and Game Pass in our console base. I don't have to go ship those games on any other platform other than the platforms we support in order to kind of make the deal work for us, whatever that means. So this goes on to say, so while this isn't an outright confirmation that titles like Elder Scrolls 6 or Fallout 5 won't release on PS5, it's as close as we've gotten to one. The allure of making a couple of big budget, big sell titles, Xbox Series X exclusives, has clearly been on Spencer's mind. So, okay, again, maybe this article is a little bit of a clickbait. I think it might, I don't think he exactly hinted about it, but saying that he has to think about where people are playing, the number of devices they have. It's both consoles, the Series X, the Series S, possibly Xbox One X and Xbox One. Then you have the whole idea of xCloud and PC with the Game Pass Play Anywhere. And then on top of that, Game Pass in general. That's a lot of avenues that people could play Game Pass and Xbox games across all sorts of generations and stuff. Him saying he doesn't have to go ship the games, to me, is just using an example and saying that. As far as Elder Scrolls 6 goes, being an exclusive, definitely it's going to be on PC no matter what. That game is a moneymaker. All the microtransactions alone, the DLC, the expansions, the amount of people that played on PC probably far outweighs the console game players. I personally have played it on Xbox, and I saw the potential and the revenue streams there. I don't think, honestly, that Microsoft would cut out Fallout or Elder Scrolls completely from making that much more money. I mean, alone, I bet you Skyrim sales on Nintendo Switch alone were huge. And then the PS4 releases of Skyrim, and, you know, probably Skyrim will be released on PlayStation 5 as well, because that game has been on everything. I don't see them taking the time to miss out on money from Elder Scrolls, or Elder Scrolls Online at that, especially. But for Elder Scrolls 6, if that's going to be a console game that is exclusive to Xbox console only, that could be big, but I feel they'll be missing out on a lot more money than if they would have just cross-platformed it. But this day and age, the one criticism that Microsoft always continually gets is that there's not enough console exclusives to make people enticed enough to buy their consoles, because they're also on PlayStation, they're also on PC. In my opinion, if it's going to be available on PC, some people say, oh, well, there's no point in getting an Xbox. Well, that's what the Game Pass Play Anywhere situation there. So that's kind of a weird gray area and an exception to the rule, in my opinion. I'm kind of in a hard place when it comes to should Microsoft take advantage of that, because they do own the rights, and it wouldn't be, you know, a bad idea to have a huge exclusive franchise like a Fallout or a Skyrim or an Elder Scrolls, or even a you know, id Software brands and stuff like that. So that remains to be seen. I do not see Microsoft making a dumb decision with this. I honestly wouldn't mind if they were console exclusives, but I feel that there's more money in the overall bigger picture in making sure that Doom and Fallout and Elder Scrolls and Wolfenstein and all that still go across platforms, that they're still on the other platforms that we can play on. Now, eventually, will they make IPs related to those, you know, games related to those franchises and make exclusive Xbox titles? More than likely, but I don't see this happening for at least another year or two. They already confirmed that a lot of these titles that were confirmed for PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch will still be going over there. So this is going to be an interesting situation to see what Microsoft exactly does going forward with these properties. Again, he hasn't really hinted exactly that they're going to be confirming that these will be non-exclusive games, but he's not exactly denying it either. So we'll see what happens. I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below, though. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinion on this. I know a lot of you people still felt it was kind of like a dumb waste of money for them to acquire all those ZeniMax games. For me, I thought that was a pretty good little idea, acquiring like another 12 studios, I think maybe even 15 studios, and put them all underneath the Xbox Game Studio brands. That was a really good get, because content's key, especially when they're pushing Game Pass and stuff. But I'll end it right here, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you guys on the next video. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, you have a great day. Peace out.